Detroit Lions fans, Detroit Den 313 with Will back with another episode. Listen, I'm going to get right into it. Just coming off a crazy victory against the Houston Texans, a game that we probably shouldn't have won, but we just found a way to grit out a victory when the cards were pretty much stacked against us. But Jared Goff played like poo-poo, right? 5 interceptions. Is it cause for concern? Let's talk about it. Before I get going, go ahead and drop it in the comments. Tell me how you're feeling. Are you worried? Are you freaking out? Are you panicking about Jared Goff throwing 5 interceptions? Do you think that he is a potential liability for the best offense in the NFL? Heck, the best team in the NFL. So let's get into it. First thing I'm going to do is load up some of these things, man. Let's see them. Let's put eyeballs on them. I got all 5 interceptions right here for the chat. So let me load in interception number 1. Here we go. Jared Goff, right? Dropping that thing off to Jahmyr Gibbs. It gets tipped. And then you see the rest. Ball gets tipped. And then we make a play on it. Number 2, right? The Houston Texans make a play on it, not we. Jared Goff, great move on Penei Sewell. Arm gets hit, interception. Could have been a strip sack, but goes down as an interception. Number three, this one, this is a Hail Mary. You know what I mean? End of the half, just putting it out there. I think the thing that's I'm gonna run that back. I think the thing that's kind of more cause for concern is he couldn't get it to the end zone. Right. So we're looking at, he throws this thing from where? About the 45, I believe. About right around the 45-yard line. Couldn't get it quite to the end zone. I don't know, man. That worries me when you got a guy like J-Mo that can run 1,000,000 yards. You know what I mean? But it calls for another day. Let's get the next one. This one, I believe, was going to Sam Laporta. Yep, just a little high on Sam Laporta. And number 5, we're going to Waymo on that 7 route. There it is. Leaves it a little bit inside. So that said, put it in the chat, guys. How you feeling about those 5 interceptions? Because I'm going to talk about them right now. So the first one, early in the game, it gets tipped, and that thing gets picked off. To me, when I watch that thing, and I'm watching this play unfold, if you look at this thing, let me run it back just a little bit, bang. So if you look at this thing right now, and you look at the other receivers, right, where should this football be going? He's throwing it right where he should be throwing it. Now, if this guy isn't blitzing, Jalen Petrie, right, if he's not blitzing, he never makes this play. It just so happens to be blitzing, gets a hand on it, and it's all she wrote from there. Dude just made a good play, man. He made a good play. He happened to be on a blitz. He knew he wasn't going to get there. He got his hands up, knocked the ball in the air, and then it got intercepted. It is what it is. It's just a good football play. These guys are getting paid to play too. That one does not freak me out. Freak play. It is what it is. When I look at interception number 2, it's not really much to talk about. Penei gets beat. Arm gets hit. It's all she wrote. Like it is what it is. I can't put that one on Jared Goff. This one being a Hail Mary, man. Listen, Hail Mary, end of the half. You're just throwing that thing up for grabs, hoping that something good happens. I'm not going to hold that one against you. This one to Sam Laporta. If you look, they're getting hands on Sam Laporta right now. He's battling, right? He's battling. This is a timing route. Jared Goff is getting to the back of his drop, and he's letting this thing go. His guy, who's normally a guy who wins his matchup, is still battling and still getting beat up a little bit. These guys are getting paid to play too. When he turns around to make a play on that football, it's just beyond his fingertips. It's not like it was way over his head. That's a play that he could usually go up and try to make a play on the football. Jared Goff didn't. This wasn't an erratic throw, right? He just, his guy, because Sam Laporta was fighting with the defender, he didn't get an opportunity to see the ball, jump up, and make a play on it. That's normally a completion. He's got inside leverage. I would say 9 times out of 10, that's going to end up being a completion for the Detroit Lions. So I'm not mad at that one. This is the only ball of the day that I feel like was just a bad ball by Jared Goff. Because when I'm looking at this defense, right, as this plays unfolding, you got J-Mo in the slot, right? You see that there's that hole in between the safety and that ball and the defensive back. That ball should be going to the sideline. He runs the 7. He breaks to it, and that ball should be going to the sideline. It should be either be going out of bounds or it should be a reception to J-Mo. He leaves it inside, which is why it's intercepted. So to me, that's the only cause for concern. That's the only football that I wish that Jared Goff could have had back. But I don't see a freak out. I don't see a panic. I don't see any cause for concern for the Detroit Lions. I think Jared Goff is still playing pretty darn good football, right? And he showed me that he's a phenomenal leader. What was he saying and what was he doing the whole time when it was raining and it was pouring and everything was unfolding, right? And obviously, I mean, I'm talking metaphorically with the rain, but just things were not going our way at all. He never wavered. He never gave up. He never gave in. It was never woe is me. There was never a pity party. He just constantly told his guys that he was going to figure it out. He kept pressing forward, and he kept throwing the ball down the field. This is a guy who over 3 quarters, I got the stats right here. Over 3 quarters, we were looking at 6 of 22, 161 yards, 1 touchdown, and 5 interceptions. That's the game that Jared Goff was having over 3 quarters. I would think that would be definitely a cause for concern for a lot of NO quarterbacks. Hey, if it was AR-15, he probably would have been tapping his helmet and asking to come out of the game. So let's be real. We got a dog in Detroit. Let's not panic. We are just fine. Got the ball in that 4th quarter, and what did he do? 6 of 8, 79 yards and a tutty. When we needed him, he showed up. He made throws. He made plays. He stayed poised. We got a dog in Detroit. We are going to be just fine. This is the kind of guy that you want when it comes time for playoffs and these games get even harder to win, right? Because that playoffs, when we get to these playoffs, this is what the football games are going to look like, right? It is going to be teams going over everything that you did all season, over the whole regular season. They're going to be breaking down everything that you've done. They're going to know exactly what you're trying to do and how you're trying to do it for the most part, outside of the few new wrinkles that you'll be able to add, you know what I mean? But generally speaking, they'll know what you're going to do. And it's going to be tough sailing going through the playoffs. You want a quarterback that can lead your team and be poised when it gets time to meet adversity. And I think that's exactly what we got in Jared Goff. For those of you that are calling for Hendon Hooker, or you're saying that Jared Goff isn't a guy to get it done, shame on you. We got a dog here in Detroit, somebody that has a mindset, right, of a winner, right? He's been to the Super Bowl. All right. He knows what it takes to get there. I think that he knows what it takes now to come out victorious, and he's doing everything in his power to make sure that the Detroit Lions are set to take care of business in Nolens. Book your tickets if you're a Detroit Lions fans. I think we're going to be there. So let me know in the comments, guys. Are you panicking about this Jared Goff situation, him throwing 5 interceptions? Do you feel like I'm off base with some of my analysis on how I feel about these 5 interceptions? Because to me, I'll say it again, only one throw. The throw to J-Mo is the only throw that I want back for Jared Goff. Outside of that, I think that these were good reads. These were good throws. These were good plays. They all make sense. They all to me are zero cause for concern. I think he's probably going to show up and show out. If you got him in fantasy, I would make sure that I start him this coming week against the Jaguars, because I'd imagine he's going to take those five interceptions out on those guys and light it up at Ford Field. And again, get ready for the roof to come off when we announce Zadarius Smith. So again, guys, drop it in the comments. Let me know how you're feeling. And that's it for this episode. I'll be back with another one soon. Peace.